everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome to another little contribution to Winter's Elementary. You might not recognize this game, but it's actually Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube. A game which I could talk forever about, even though I only got it in the last year or so, funnily enough. But I guess let's just move on here. What I wanted to do was show off this area, which is the Celebration Cave, which I've already completed and already beaten, and the tree isn't even ready to offer us up another little bit of energy there, or mirror or whatever they're called. But I wanted to show this place off. I wanted to show off a nice wintry, icy cave area for Winter's Elementary, so here we are in the Celebration Cave. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is not a Final Fantasy game in the regular sense of the word. In that actually the way it's meant to be played is more, oh my god, all this shit that I have that I don't even need. The way that it's meant to be played is actually, in kind of a more multiplayer setting with the Game Boy Advance cable and all of this shit. Because basically what you would have is this Moogle who carries around your little crystal, which is your safe zone, because otherwise the miasma will like leech your life away. I can show you that here if I he won't like let me go outside the bounds, but if I tell him to drop it and then head outside, then it's going to like start sapping my health or whatever. So basically you have this Moogle, or else you can tell him to drop it or carry it or whatever, and this is your like safe zone or whatever. And it's actually like an action RPG where you like take on the enemies yourself physically like this. Now the problem is at the moment I don't have any magic I can use to attack these stupid electric jellyfish. So they're going to give me a hard time every time I hit them, but that's not going to be the way it is for long, because now what I'm actually after picking up is a Stone of Thunder, which will let me use thunder magic. So which is almost like Final Fantasy VIII almost, because it's almost like you've picked up like charges for weapons or some shit like that. But the thing is, like, you can only like use magic that you have found like in the cave itself. So hopefully like one of these guys is going to drop, yeah, Phoenix Down. Not very useful at the moment. I'm pretty sure Phoenix Down is nigh on useless. Oh fuck. I'm pretty sure Phoenix Down is nigh on useless if you're playing this as like a one-player game. So since being an action RPG, timing is going to be everything, because if you just like run in and you attack everything like that head on, then they're just going to take you out because you're just not going to be able to keep up. Now this is a Stone of Cure, which I'm going to change my command list to include that instead of the Thunderstone, because now that I'm actually after finding Cure inside in this dungeon, I can go ahead and use Cure. I just have to like cycle through. So it is like a little bit different as far as like Final Fantasy games are concerned. It's not like your regular Final Fantasy game, which well, not that any Final Fantasy game is your regular Final Fantasy game. I suppose these guys are so annoying because you get like maybe one chance to hit them after they strike, if at all, because they're just so fast. And one thing that I like, would you ever just die? I'm hoping like one of these guys drops fire, because oh, there it is. Speak of the devil. I was hoping like one of those guys would drop fire, because that's going to be really useful for taking out pretty much like everything else inside here. So now actually, oh my god, I got a message. Well, no, it's an email. Now it's going to be like a lot easier to take out those like electric jellyfish, because I'll actually be able to use fire magic on them. And actually what I'm trying to do is hit this guy before he notices me. And it actually worked. Oh god, he's like a fast one. But yeah, like one of the things like about this game is that pretty much what you're supposed to be doing is oh god, there's like another one of those like mage. I thought it was like a jellyfish for a while, but if it's like only one of them, then I'll use like my physical attacks. The thing like with the character that I am at the moment, that I was just going to say is that like I'm the race that I am is what's called like a Selkie. And like a Selkie, they're kind of like a good like all-rounder kind of character almost. They're not like terribly bad at magic, but their main thing is like their charged like attacks with their weapons are really good. Like they have like those kick attacks, or they'll have like double shots and things like that. Sorry, I just sort of like hit like both of these at once, I think. Is like what I have to do, I think, isn't it? There we go. Open this door. That's like the theme of this dungeon, this icy dungeon, is you'll have like these crystals where you have to like hit them so that the bells resonate or some shit. Jesus, okay. Oh god. That's okay. As I say, like, it's like a lot of the time, like the timing is going to be like your main thing for taking on like enemies like this. I'm not sure how useful Blizzard is going to be. These two chuckleheads like over here, I don't know what their like deal is. I don't know what he thinks he's trying to do to me as well. I don't have any more room in my inventory. Get out of here. Okay, he's gonna kill me. But I have a Phoenix down, so who cares? So yeah, actually, like, when it comes to, like, playing this game, what even is that? Oh, a chunk of mithril. When it comes to, like, playing this game, like, the way I play it, which is, like, as a one-player game, is not necessarily how the game was intended to be played. Like, the game was intended to be played as a kind of, like, a multiplayer experience where, like, 4 people would have, like, different characters of like the different races or whatever. What is, oh, I don't have like any room in my inventory. That's what it is. Like I can drop all of this like thunder shit and whatever, and Phoenix Downs for that matter. Oh my god, I have like so much crap. The Thunderbolt. I have so much crap in here. Like I might as well like drop that and drop this. Because I actually might want to have this thing, the design for an iron belt. Because like the intention when they designed this game was that like you'd have like 4 people with a GameCube, 1 person with the GameCube controller, and like 1 person with like the GameCube controller, and then like 3 people with like Game Boy Advances, all like connected using the. This is so these enemies, I absolutely can't stand these stupid bees. They're like the most irritating thing. But that you'd have like 3 other people, all with Game Boy Advance consoles connected using the Game Boy Advance link cable or whatever. And that's how you would that's how like you'd play the game. Like they'd all have like their own races or whatever. Like each of them would have like their own race that they would play as. So someone might be a Selkie, and someone might be like whatever they're called, the Lilties or whatever they're called. Jesus, I can't even remember their names. One might be like a Lilty, and one might be, what's the one that begins with Y again, or some other one. But naturally, like how many people are going to have that kind of setup going in like their. Like, how many people are going to have, like, that kind of, like, circle of friends, first of all? And how many people are going to have that kind of setup where they have, like, the Game Boy Advance link cable and everything like that? So, what even is this? I can't even tell. Stop pressing start to access the menu. So like it's like a nice idea, but it's not something that was ever, I don't think. Oh, a chunk of alloy. Well, that's handy. It's not something that was ever really going to happen as like the game developers intended, I don't think. Just like, now get out of there, because we don't want to like anger both of them. Can I like fire them? You don't like that, do you? Beetles don't like getting set on fire. And like their design, funnily enough, like this beetle like design enemy reminds me a lot of like enemy designs that you have in Final Fantasy IX, funnily enough, because Final Fantasy IX wasn't even like the newest Final Fantasy game that there was at that time. It's really, really strange, but this game like has like a lot of Final Fantasy IX vibes just by way of the design of it and just the way the characters look and the whole kind of style of the game in general. Whereas like Final Fantasy X would actually have been like the most, as far as I remember anyway, would have been like the most recent Final Fantasy game at that time already. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but yeah, like this game, I remember like I said like I got this game like last year, like 2017, but because I remember talking about getting it in like the Mario Galaxy LP. Oh my god, that's like a cockatrice or whatever. I don't need you. Oh my god, fuck. Jesus, I definitely don't need... Would you get out of my way? I have this like big like thing, this big wampa. I'm gonna try like fire on you while you're like busy doing blizzard. And miss. Great. If I can like kill like one of these guys, I'll be happy. If I can like hit one of these guys, I'll be happy. There we go. Because they're kind of crazy. But yeah, as you can tell, like a lot of the game, like as far as like the enemies are concerned, you might like end up like having like a tough time if you're playing on your own. And like as well, like the other idea of it is that like there is like a village back where you're supposed to be coming from, because that's where you're like sent on the quest from to like that you've been sent on like a quest from your home village to gather this myrrh to be able to like gather this myrrh to be able to like save the village or some shit. So naturally as well, because of that, like filling up like if you have like different characters from different, like if you have like different characters in your, would you go away? If you have like different characters from different races in your village or whatever, then you're going to have like different benefits out of that as well. I can't even like carry all of this crap. So you're going to have like different benefits. Like I'm a Selkie, and like I'm actually like they're like good like fishermen or whatever. I'm actually like a shark Shelkie. If I can like show you me, can I like show you me, like my entire like person? Why can't I like equip anything here? I don't have anything to equip. If I can like show you my own, like my me, I can show you my family, I guess. My father is Zegat, Fuklu, my sister, they all love me apparently. Well, that's me on the right hand side, and I'm like a shark Selkie. But my family are like fishermen, so like when you go back to them, when you're back in the village, they'll like have caught like 10 fish and they'll give you 10 fish or some crap. It's like that's beneficial enough if you that's beneficial to like a certain extent, but actually not really. Oh my god, I don't want to be dealing with these like Sahajins here. That's beneficial to a certain extent, but like not on its own really. Whereas like you can actually have like with other races like that are like blacksmiths and things like that, then you'll get like good like recipes for crafting equipment and things. So like because of that, like really the game is structured around a multiplayer aspect, and kind of building up different characters, and it doesn't really lend itself that much to a one player like solitary experience. But I love it all the same, and partly because of like the way when this game came out in like 2003, I was obsessed with it. Like I was absolutely obsessed with the atmosphere of it and the style of it and just the story of it and everything. But I never got it until like last year, and last year I fell in love with it all over again when I actually finally got to play it. So anyway, that's it for this Winter's Elementary video. I don't want this to be way too long, so I'm just going to say thanks a million for watching. Get contributing to Winter's Elementary. I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks a million for watching. Bye now.